All right, here's my audience for my final presentation. All right. Many people are unaware of the positive impacts golf courses can have, so I'm here to persuade you guys on how they're positive for several aspects. They're positive for both me and you, and it's important for me to know these aspects or these why they're positive, because I plan to be a golf course superintendent someday and have my own golf course. So golf courses, they're good for wildlife, they're good for preventing erosion, they're good for both me and you physically and mentally, and they're good for the local economy. So now that I've introduced you guys to the topic, I'm going to move on to how golf courses are good for wildlife. Okay, so most golf courses, they have some sort of body of water, whether it's a lake or just a stream that goes through it, or even not even a lake, but just a small pond. So those bodies of water, they hold fish, and you're not allowed to fish at golf courses, so they provide a safe home for them. Along with that, hunting is not allowed at golf courses, so certain species are protected there. Some of those species include like fox, deer, and raccoons. Birds are also protected in golf courses because it's a safe and predator-free home for them. So that's point one. Do you guys have any questions after point one?
No.
I know you talked about on one of your previous speeches how pesticides can run off into the water. Would that be harmful? Wouldn't that be harmful for the animals that drink that water?
It would be, but for my next point, you'll see that most golf courses, they use high quality turf that will help absorb soil, but they also help absorb water too, and those pesticides will go into the soil and not run off. But there are some golf courses that don't use high quality turf, so that those pesticides will run off and will probably be very detrimental to those animals. But for most cases, golf courses use good turf, so that won't happen. Any other questions?
When you said golf courses provide a safer home than surrounding areas, what are some of the other surrounding areas?
There's a study done by Tanner Gange who figured out that golf courses are safer than surrounding farmlands. So that's one of the main surrounding areas. You could say just any other surrounding timber, because most often hunting is permitted there. So yeah, I'd say farmlands is one, because there are studies done, and then just any other place where hunting is permitted. Any other questions?
No.
Nope. All right. So now I talked about golf courses are good for wildlife. We're going to move on to how they help prevent erosion. So golf courses most use they use high quality turf that have thick and dense root systems that help keep the soil compact. So for example, if there was a rainstorm at a place that doesn't have high quality turf, there will be some sort of significant soil runoff. But on the other hand, if there's the same rainstorm at a golf course with a high quality turf, then there won't be nearly as much runoff. There's actually a study done by, the USGA, that the turf grass used at golf courses can hold up to 20 times more soil than surrounding farmland. So that's my second point. Do you guys have any questions after that?
Yeah, I got one. What types of soil do most golf courses use? And like, is there a certain kind of golf that golf courses use? And is there like a variety?
There's a pretty high variety that golf courses use. It really just depends on the weather, wherever it's at. So like warmer states like Florida or California, they'd probably use Bermuda grass. That's better for the warmer areas. Places around here, I think the most commonly used one's bent grass, which is better for the colder areas. But otherwise, those are the two most commonly used ones. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of varieties. There's some other. Those are the two best quality ones, though. Any other questions?
No.
Nope. All right. So now I talked about golf courses help prevent erosion. We move on to my third point on how golf courses are good for both me and you, physically and mentally. So golfing up to 18 holes can result in significant weight loss, even when using the golf cart. Being out on a golf course with the combination of sunlight, exercise, the combination of sunlight and exercise will result in better sleeping, falling asleep better. That combination doesn't only allow for that, but also allows for you to stay in the deep sleep stage for much longer, which is very important for health. It's also been proven that golfing helps, or it increases attentiveness and happiness, and it also helps reduce anxiety. But the number one health benefit that golf courses have for people is that it increases life expectancy. The number one thing that ages people is stress. When you go out and golf, you forget about things that have been stressing you out, which keeps you young. So that is my third point. So is there any questions?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
How could golfing with the golf cart result in weight loss?
Good question. Not all golf courses you're allowed to, because you're used to golfing with me at Beaver Lake where you can drive around everywhere, you don't have to walk. Most golf courses don't allow that. They make you stay on the cart path for most of the time, except for on fairways. So you have to still walk down to the greens, you gotta walk back. And in general, most times when you golf, it's hot out, so you're gonna sweat, you're gonna break a sweat, and you're gonna lose weight. So that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Nope. All right, so moving on to my fourth and final point is how golf courses help boost local economic activity. So in many of your local golf courses, there's several job opportunities, or even any other golf course. Some of those jobs include like just typical maintenance jobs like mowing. Those are good jobs. Other jobs include like cart boy and cart girl. That's perfect for people still in high school. Some higher paying jobs include like a caddy or a golf pro who gives lessons to young kids or even adults. But in general, those jobs give people salaries and allow them to go out and spend money and boost the economy. Another way golf courses help boost the economy is their equipment is not cheap. A study done by Michigan State University figured out that on average a golf course spends about $77,000 a year on equipment. So those big purchases obviously help the economy. Lastly, golf courses indirectly help the economy. So when somebody goes golfing, they gotta get gas, so they spend money getting gas. Oftentimes they stop and get snacks or drinks before or after. Sometimes they even eat. So in general, golfing allows people to get out and spend money at local economies or local businesses, and it boosts the economy. So that's my fourth and final point. Are there any questions about that? No questions?
Why did you choose this topic?
What?
Why did you choose this topic?
I chose this topic because I hope to own my own golf course someday. Like what I said in the intro, and it's important for me to know, well, I want my golf course to be environmental friendly, so it's important for me to know the aspects of what it takes to keep it friendly, positive for the environment, so I needed to learn these. Any other questions?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my that's the end of my speech. But hold on, I just got to do a little closure. So I hope I persuaded you guys that golf courses are good for the environment. So we talked about how golf courses are good for wildlife, how they're good for preventing erosion, how they are good for both me and you physically and mentally, and how they are good for the local economy. So like what I said, it's important for me to know these as someone who plans to own my own golf course someday. So now that you guys know these impacts, it's time for you guys to go out to your local golf course and have some fun. Now that's the end of my speech. Are there any questions for the end of my speech?
Yeah. Are there any animals that are a nuisance on golf courses?
Yeah, I'm sure. I know the biggest nuisance for on golf courses is geese. There's always goose poop on the courses, but I know that's the biggest one. I'm not sure if there's any others, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Sorry, my dog wants in, but that's the end of my speech.